Hello everyone, welcome to another Brick in the Sprawl. I am the Brick, and I get actually frequently people asking me, I have a few minutes, can you show me how to edit video? And the answer to that is no, and I'll show you why. Okay everybody, before I get into the bit about video editing, I want to do an action camera review. Last time I mentioned I was going to return the one camera because it was too expensive. Well, Easy Home would not let me return it, but instead they renegotiated my contract for the new price of this camera. This camera now, instead of being $53 every 2 weeks, it's $20 every 4 weeks. Which is a lot more reasonable. It works out to $240. This camera sells for $179 on Amazon, so it's closer to what it actually costs. And it won't take me that long to pay for it anyway. So I now have two cameras because I needed one for last week for something I was doing. This is the one I bought from Factory Direct for $90, and this one is the Activon CX, which is $179 on Amazon. Difference between these two cameras is pretty big actually. They are basically the same. Those action cameras, they are GoPro compatible, and the way you can tell is because of this. You have to, if you're looking for an action camera that you want it to be GoPro compatible, you have to make sure it has this kind of connector on the casing to be compatible with the accessories. I got all these accessories over here, such as the chest strap and handlebar strap, head strap. The handlebar strap is what I use for boxing. I actually clamp the camera to the ring post, actually the ring screw with the handlebar, and it actually works quite well. So one thing that you need to look for to make it compatible with GoPro accessories is that both of these are. So it's great. They're both compatible with my accessories. Differences. I have to say that I'm glad I didn't return the Activon because I really like it. It's a good camera. It's very, very close to a real GoPro Hero as far as quality goes and specifications. It's easier to use. It's 2 buttons. This one here is like flying the space shuttle. It's 4 buttons and very, very poor quality manual. Let's see if I can find the manual here. The manual for this one, the $90 one, is 3 pages. The Activon has a good manual, about, I think it's about 10-12 page manual for the Activon. They both work from Wi-Fi, so you can operate them by remote control through a smartphone, of which I have. The Activon did not come with any accessories except for USB cable and the battery. The $90 camera came with all this. Now, I'm not even sure a lot of this stuff is for, to be honest with you. So, basically speaking then, the Activon, you're paying $179, and most that's going to the cost of the camera. Whereas this one, you get all those accessories with a manual that you don't even know what most of the stuff is for. So, to sum up, I guess, you know, I've got 2 cameras. I like the Activon. It's easier to use, as I mentioned. If you want to do anything professional, for example, a monetized YouTube video, stick with the Activon. You know, pay the extra few dollars to get the Activon. If you're just starting with the action cameras and you just want to try one out, you know, go with the cheaper one. Even though it's difficult to use, it gets you used to how to use one, and then you can move up to the more expensive and better Activon or even a GoPro later on. So that's it. That's my review of the action cameras. And now we're going to move on. I'm going to show you a little bit about video editing. Okay, so I'm not going to show you how to edit today because I was thinking of creating a completely different series on video editing because a lot of people ask. I am an Avid certified editor. Actually, those are my certifications. But this software I use is like Avid, but it's not Avid because Avid costs a couple $1,000s. So I use this one because it's close to Avid. It's the same concept. Although I might eventually get I might actually rent an Avid license, which you can get for about $50 a month. I might consider doing that later if it's worthwhile. But right now I'm using this. The reason we can't show you how to edit in a couple of minutes because it took me years, to learn how to edit quickly and accurately. So this is not something you can, I have a couple of minutes, can you show me editing? No. This is the basic editing software that I use. Anyway, like I said here, this VU meter is separate, but that's important too. A lot of people don't use VU meters when they edit. As you can tell if you watch YouTube videos, that annoys me because you'll have a passage that's really soft and the next one's really loud, blast your ears out and so on. VU meter is important so that you can monitor the audio levels. This section here is going to be removed. This is from the boxing I did last weekend, and I had a request to remove this section. This was the first bout. Now this is why I hate removing stuff, because it's really difficult to do once the item has already been packaged into the program. I'm going to just run this. This was a knockout, but this guy has been asked to not be shown, so we're covering him. But this is the only place you're going to see this, because in the final product it won't be there. Once we move on here, we're going to go into the next section. I'm going to show you the section on overlays. Actually, in analog video it was called downstream, because these are things that are added to the video afterwards. In digital video it's called overlays. Basically what it is these are all layers. I call this layer 0. It's not really layer 0, it's the main layer of video, and then these are all layers. So video on top of video on top of video, and then there's two audio layers as well, sound effects and music, and that can be added on as well. So what happens is, you'll see in a minute when you see the text come up right there, that's actually a layer. So that would be a layer 1 video. And so, as I mentioned, layer on top of a layer, so you have to make sure that when you're putting the layers on, that you're not covering stuff that you need. So whatever you want shown on the video all the time, for example my little bug that goes up there, or the timer, those have to be the last layers, because otherwise they'd be covered by everything else. When you remove something from the base video, the base video moves down, obviously, because the spot has to be filled. So because that bout was not the first bout, removing it means that it's going to mess up all my overlays, because I have to realign them. Such as, there's a timer now down there that's on layer, I guess that would be layer 2 down there. So it means having to retweak these. I don't use timecode. My equipment doesn't have timecode, so I have to manually align all the layers of video, including the audio, the inserts. This has to be all manually done. The only way I'm going to be able to remove that first part is to finish editing, render it, and then reload the rendered video into this software, and then chop that part out. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. That's why I don't like doing this, removing stuff without notice. But anyway, I promised I would do it. I will do it. I want to skip ahead to this part here. This is an overlay, another one with the GoPro. Actually, this was done with the $90 GoPro. I used both for this project because I want to try them both out. So basically what this is it's an overlay, but it's only using up part of the screen. There's the overlay, that's second camera, and that's the main camera, so layer 0, layer 1. So you can actually make this actually full screen if you want it. I've actually done this later on because I forgot to mention when I did the camera reviews. The $90 action camera does not record audio, at least that specific one doesn't. So I had to use it, insert it as an overlay instead of an actual cut, so I could keep the original audio, because the original audio is in with this main video. Actually, maybe I can show you that if I can jump ahead here. Okay, so I think the shot from the small camera is coming up pretty soon. I had it attached to this ring pole on this side. So hopefully we'll see that in a second, and I can show you what that shot looks like, and the fact that it's actually an overlay. And the importance of overlays here is very important, because of the fact the timer is there and we don't want to cover the timer. So in this case, the timer has to be the last layer. Should be coming up very shortly here. I think, yeah, here it is. There it is. That's the second camera on top of the original video with the timer still there. So again, importance of layering, making sure that the layers are in the right order so you're not covering stuff that you need. Okay, so that's your very basic video lesson. I apologize for the rant. I just wanted to show people that video editing is not easy. Like I said, it took me years to perfect this, to get good at this. That's it for this week. Vlog finished.